Good morning. This is Marcia Morales, and I'm going to try to work through a quick video on earthworm. Earthworm. It's a funny. So basically, it's one of the worms, and I categorize them as basically super sloppy full Persians with woven orbitals. That's how I see it in my head. So let me turn this on. I've not done one of these tutorial videos, so bear with me. Alright, so we got two fireworms here, which are the full Persian, and then they're woven with a 2-2 pattern of over-under. And then this is the windworm, and that is done with a 1-1-1-1 pattern, I suppose. The iceworm here is alternating. Each time you get to those center rings, you alternate whether you go the 2-2 or the 1-1. And then the earthworm, which is a 1-1 pattern that alternates each round into a different 1-1. So your previous over will be your now new under. I'll get into that in a minute. So we have two fireworms here, one with color. So fireworm, windworm, iceworm, and this is the earthworm. This is the one that we're going to work on right now. So if you can see, it kind of alternates a 1-1 pattern. Okay, let's get started. Oh, and ignore the background printing. That's my husband's 3D printer. It doesn't ever stop. It's okay. Oh, it's good. Mando helmet's good. Alright, so I started out, I don't usually use aluminum, but I thought for this I could use the colorful ones, which for the earthworm, any of those worms, really, the sturdier the better. I think if I use any aluminum, it's just for the center woven orbital piece, not for the actual support. So for this, I've used 18 AWG 5/16. So roughly 7.8 to an 8.0 AR has worked best for this. The earthworm needs a little bit bigger AR than all the other worms. It gets really tight. So I am going to alternate some color here so that you can kind of see each layer as it goes along. So first, I start out with 2 and 2, and then so this is where the sloppy Persian comes in. Now I pre-opened some rings here, and I open them so that when I'm looking at the ring, the right side is up towards me and the left side is down. That's important in the way I do this weave, otherwise you're going to be working against yourself trying to get it to go through the center part. So we have the 2 and 2, and then you'll flip it over. And open it up and then grab that second set of rings up through. I can't do it on a video and aim it at the same time. Alright, so flip them over and I squeeze a little and then I open up so I can grab that center. See? You see that? And then you do 2. Alright, so you pull it a little tight. You can see where it starts here. And the closures are horrible because I am not used to working with aluminum that is so much lighter than air. It's pretty crazy. Alright. That's going to irritate me. Alright, so Then you have this. Alright, so the hard part is this first section until you get it going. It will be super floppy. So I kind of do the squeeze hold. Alright, so here. And then you're going to bring it through the last set and then through your first set. So you kind of do the side piece there. See that? I'm going to close that. So the one you just put on will match the second. So see that? Okay. Then you'll flip it over, do it again. I go in and then through, in the third set and then through the first set on the side. And close it. So here you have that alternating. Alright, so then from here you will see the top is kind of a T, right? There's a crisscross there. You see that? Ooh, alright, there you go. See the crisscross? So for the fireworm, we would go under two opposing, like we would pick one from the, on here, the purple. I would go under one purple, under one black, and then the 2-2. For here, we are going to do 1-1. I'm going to use pink for my little centerpiece. So you can pick any of them because they will alternate each time. So if I go under this black, I go over the next black. So squeezing it and holding it tight is very important because you will lose it and then you'll be like, oh, where am I? So under, over, under, over, under, over. Eventually you get back around. Your pinky comes in handy here. See, I lost it. Alright. Get that tight before you lose it. Alright. Cooperate. Alright, so now it looks like a big mess, right? If you can squeeze it back together, you're gonna just repeat the exact same. Go under the same unders and over the same overs. It's easier the second time. If you don't open your ring completely, like super wide, it's easier. So think about that. If you're having trouble, then just close the ring a little bit more, that gap. Alright, so you have the first set and it looks a little messy. So now, like we did on the very first, you open up the two. On here it would be the black ones, which were the first ones you put down, not the side purple pieces. You open those up and you grab the center purples. Don't drop it. Alright. Nope. Try this again. Now the last ones. Grab. Oops. It'll help if I use the right color. Grab the center. See, it's a little messy. Alright, grab. Alright. That took longer than it should have. Alright. So you're back to the beginning of that Persian. So this is the part where you will do the side piece. So I go through the 2 rings I just put down and through the parallels like this. Don't get the orbital or the center cross piece in it. Again, aluminum is not the best for this. And then flip it, do the same on the other side. Through the 2 pieces. This is where that open with the right to the top really comes in handy. Okay, now you're on your next set. So, if you look, you have, I'll put this down so I can squeeze it. Alright. You have that T again. You see the T. The crisscross. Alright. So for this one, you're going to look at what did I do last time. So if you look last time, I went under this purple, right? So there's 2 purples there. I went under the first one. So on this one, I will go over the first one and under the second one. And then I will alternate all the way around. Close it up before you drop it. Oh, and don't make a big mess out of the ring. Seriously, lighter than air. Okay. And then repeat. You see, I did the opposite. So repeat exactly what you did there so it's doubled. Again, you can use your pinky from the bottom to push some rings up so you can get under them, especially if it gets a little tight. Close it. Alright. So, you see what this is. You have your overs and your unders, which are opposing. Now you just do that again. You'll grab. So on the end, you'll split the top. Through the center. This is where it starts to be a little easier to hold. Not as floppy. And sometimes this is about the point where I will go back and put the cross rings around that first set. Or sometimes I'll take it off. But I like to add that cross set down here at the bottom. You just can't do it on the very first go because it's way too floppy. I mean, you can. I just don't recommend it because it's more effort than it's worth when you can wait two more segments. Alright, so 1 was through, 2 was through. It was easier than last one. Now we have this guy. We're going to put those side pieces on. So we'll go through, flip, and go through these. See? Okay. And then flip the whole guy over, put the side piece on the other side. So through it, through, flip, and cross through. You have your T, a little crisscross there. You can see it. Crisscross. Alright, and then here comes the fun part again. Alright, so where did we do it last time? So we went under this purple, then we went over this one. Now we're gonna go under. Under, over, in a 1-1 pattern. So these other worms, they're all about the pattern of 1-1, 2-2, and then the next segment will be either the same, the opposite, or you know, the other pattern, the 2 or the 1. Now sandworm, that's a whole different ball game there. That is a ring eater with a closer to a 7.0 AR, if I recall. That does not feel like these weaves. Alright, so we got the one in, now put the second one in exactly in the same spot. Oh, that's awful. I should probably wear my glasses. Okay. Alright, ignore that. I'm having a little difficulty here. Alright, so you have 3.5 segments here. Go back and put this orbital on the first one. Just remember to go the opposite of the pattern beside it, the segment beside it. Here's a look at a little bit longer with the colors. If you can see that. And then where's the stainless? There's the stainless, which I prefer. It's more solid. Let's show this. See the solid? Ooh, there's the camera. And that is EarthWyrm. Hope this helped. And I will upload this in a few minutes. Thanks.